Wokes are racist. Wokes are racist. Wokeism is racist. Now, why is it racist? You're like, Caleb, that can't be racist. They're the ones always calling everybody racist. They think everyone's racist. It can't be racist. You can't say that wokeism is racist. Caleb, you can't say. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You know why? I want to tell you a story. A few months ago, I tweeted. This is what I tweeted. This is what I tweeted. I said, if you are opposed to abortion and gay marriage, I might vehemently disagree with you, but you're still my comrade. And that's what I said. And immediately all the wokes jumped on me. How dare you? Oh my God, you're willing to work with people. And one of the things I kept seeing over and over and over again, people were tweeting at me, of course a white male would say that. Of course a white man would say that. Folks, they did a poll in 2019. You know what percentage of the African American community supports gay marriage? 51%. 51% of African Americans support gay marriage. So almost half, 49% of African Americans are against gay marriage. So basically, these people are saying that half of black people in the United States, I am not allowed to call my comrade. Half of the black people in America, I am not allowed to call them my comrade. So I am required by these wokes to never call half of African Americans my comrade. That sounds pretty racist to me. Another thing, what is the highest percentage of unvaccinated people? African American. African Americans are the largest ethnic group in percentage, right? There are more black people by percentage who are not vaccinated than there are white people, than there are other ethnic. Why do woke people suddenly think only white men are against gay marriage? More white people are for gay marriage by percentage than black people are. More white people are vaccinated. There's less of a percentage of white people that are unvaccinated than there is of black people. And why do they live in this alternate world where anything they consider to be bad is associated with whites and men, and anything they consider to be good is associated with people of color, right? There are white people who are against gay marriage. There are black people against gay marriage. But among the wokes, there's a kind of racism. The data is there. There are many socially conservative black people. There are many socially conservative Latino people. There are many socially conservative Asian people. There are many socially conservative women. Very large percentage of white women voted for Donald Trump. Why is it that they consider black people to be like, of course, a white man would say that? Why? What's that about? Because in their minds, if they deem you to be oppressed, you're not a person anymore. You're a victim. I'm serious. If they deem you to be oppressed, you lose your humanity. You stop being a person and you start being a vehicle through which they can feel good about themselves. Wokeism is very middle class. It's very wealthy. It's Ivy League schools. It's kids who went to good colleges and live in urban centers, the woke hipsters of Williamsburg, give anti-racist training at their tech companies. And these people, they don't see black people as people. They see black people as victims, as poor, oppressed victims who are just good, oppressed victims. They don't actually look into or even care to listen to how most black people feel. The same with Latinos, the same with Asians. They see these people as a vehicle through which they can make themselves feel good about themselves. That's what they think. And so, yeah, they're very racist. And that's why they're viciously going after Alice Walker right now, because she is a woman of color who has stood up to her oppression, has written an amazing novel exposing the oppression of black women, and has stood with Palestine and stood with Cuba. And she's not somebody they can just use to make themselves feel better. She actually takes real stands. She thinks for herself. She stands against their system. She questions the status quo. She's an anti-war activist. She endorsed Jeff Mackler for president. And that's why they hate her, because they want AOC. They want AOC who will make them feel comfortable in their woke white guilt narrative. They don't like Alice Walker. They want AOC. AOC is a woman of color who will always say the things that they want to hear and make them feel like they're good people for voting to them. That's what they want. That's what they want. Right. And, I saw this firsthand when I was an activist. I saw this all the time. If a white person showed up and said, I'm against gay marriage, they'd be like, "Begone, Klansman! Get out of here, you evil person, you homophobe!" And if a black person showed up and said, "I'm against gay marriage," they'd say, "Oh, of course you think that, you little black person. Oh, that's okay. That's cute." It was this condescending attitude. This is how the wokes are, because they're not a person. The black person who's against gay marriage, they're not a person. They're just a little oppressed victim that we get to feel good about ourselves for being leaders of. Whereas if the white person shows up and says, I'm against gay marriage, they're a person. And then therefore they're a bad person. Be gone, homophobe. Be gone, racist. Be gone, transphobe. I am a good person by condemning you. But if a black person shows up and says, I'm against gay marriage, if there's rap music that has misogynistic lyrics, if a black person enlists in the US military, suddenly it's just, they're not a person, they're a victim. So and it's like, no, at the end of the day, you should be able, if you're a communist, if you're a serious communist organizer and someone comes to your office and they said, you know what, I'm against gay marriage, you should be able to tell them why you are in favor of gay marriage and why you disagree with them. And you should be able to have a respectful conversation where you are able to state your views and you're able to listen to their views. And on top of that, you should find a way to find common ground with them in an economic struggle for justice despite that, number one. And if a black person comes to your office and says that they are against gay marriage, you should be able to have a conversation with them and explain why you're for gay marriage and they're against it, and a respectful conversation where you listen to them and they listen to you, and you should be able to find common cause with them around economic justice. That's how people treat other people. That's how human beings treat other human beings, with respect. That's how human beings treat other human beings, with respect. And there's going to be disagreements, etc. But the wokes don't see the people they claim to be championing as people. They see the people they claim to be championing as victims. And when somebody comes along, like Alice Walker, like Chris Smalls, like the New Black Panther Party, like Minister Farrakhan, like Malcolm X, somebody comes along who's not there to make them feel good about themselves, but actually does think for themselves and actually does assert their politics and says, whoa, 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 I stand with Palestine. Oh, they get really upset at that. Oh, they can't stand that. Makes them angry. No, your job is to make me feel good about myself. Shut your mouth, Alice Walker. Shut your mouth, Chris Smalls. Don't go on the Tucker Carlson show. Your job is to make me feel good about myself. So just shut up. Your job is to make me feel good about myself. That's how they think. AOC makes them feel good about themselves, makes them feel comfortable in their wokeism. Yes, that's right, AOC. Tell me why I'm superior to those hillbillies, those hillbillies in West Virginia. That's right. I'm a good white person, right, AOC, for donating to your campaign. Tell me how good I am, AOC. Oh, make me feel good about myself. Yes, it's amazing. That's what they want. And AOC loves to come out there and say systemic racism. Oh, I learned that in college. AOC said it. See how good I am. I'm amazing. AOC said my word. Oh, but when somebody comes along, like Minister Farrakhan or Alice Walker or Chris Smalls, and says, no, I'm going to go on the Tucker Carlson show, or no, I'm going to have a book by someone you consider a conspiracy theorist on my shelf. Oh, these people lose their minds. How dare you? How dare you? I mean, they have gotten Alice Walker banned from the Bay Area book fair. Now, do you think if Kamala Harris showed up at the Bay Area book fair that they would let her speak? Kamala Harris showed up at the Bay Area book fair and was like, I'm going to speak in my memoir about being a California Attorney General. They would probably say, wow, that's great. Welcome, Kamala Harris. Even though she locked up all kinds of people of color, even though she's the vice president of U.S. imperialism, they'd be fine with that. These wokes would be totally fine with that. But Alice Walker, a revolutionary anti-imperialist who broke the rules, they want her banned. Right? I mean, these people would love it if Kamala Harris came to their book fair. It's bullshit. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Okay? And if they can do it to her, they can do it to anybody.